German attacker was a pro-AFD Saudi refugee, according to Die Welt. Can't make this up. What? Ain't nobody's gonna believe that, dude. He was pro-AFD? Right after we talked about Attila Hildman? He's like, as a Saudi man, I wanted to do a false flag so that they deport my family. As a Saudi man, I wanted to do a fucking Islamic style act of terror so they deport me and my family and others like me from Germany so that they can truly make Germany great again. I know what the AFD is, chatter. And yes, I know the Saudi guy was a doctor in Germany since 2006. Die Welt claims that on its Twitter, the attacker said the police are the true drivers of Islamism and that they need the AFD to protect the police from themselves. Oh no, he's an ex-Muslim. Oh, those are always the fucking craziest guys. He's a doctor in Germany since 2006. What we know about the Magdeburg attacker. A man drives a rental car into a crowd at Magdeburg Christmas market. At least 2 people die, including a small child. A lot of information is circulating. There are dramatic scenes just before Christmas. What we know, according to initial findings, the man is a 50-year-old doctor born in 1974 from Saudi Arabia. He came to Germany in 2006 and lives in Bernburg, around 50 kilometers south of Magdeburg. According to information from Welt, a police operation is currently taking place at the place of residence. He's a permanent residence permit. He was not known to the authorities as an Islamist. As things stand, he was a lone perpetrator, so there is no further danger to the city as far as we're concerned. We were able to Magdeburg. This is the Twitter account of the attacker. No shot. No, this is fucking made up. Magdeburg. According to Hasselhoff, the perpetrator drove a rental car into the crowd. Additional footage showing the arrest of the suspect. What information is circulating about the perpetrator? According to Spiegel, the man is a specialist in psychiatry and psychotherapy named Talib A. and was recognized as a refugee in 2016. Welt found a profile of Talib al-Abdul Mohsen on social media to whom all of the above information applies. The Frankfurter Rundschau reported on this man in March 2019. The article says Talib al-Abdul Mohsen has lived in Germany since 2006. He came to Germany as a guest doctor during his specialist training as a psychotherapist and later applied for asylum here because he had been threatened with death for turning away from Islam. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. On X, the man appears as an ex-Muslim critic of Islam. On Friday evening, he posted several videos in which he says in English, I hold the German nation responsible for killing of Socrates. Another reason why I hold German citizens responsible for the persecution I experienced in Germany is the story of a UBS stick stolen from my mailbox. Okay, oh, he's just he's extra mentally ill. Later in the video, he says the government is criminal instead of protecting me. The police are the criminals in this case. I hold the German nation and the German citizens responsible. The man's profile text states in English, Germany is hunting Saudi asylum seekers inside and outside Germany to destroy our lives. And Germany wants to Islamize Europe. His cover photo shows a gun. Oh my God, this is his account. Dude, the fucking former Muslim guys in the West are so crazy. In June of this year, the account posted in German. In my experience, the German police are the real drivers of Islamism in Germany. My experience is 7 years in which the police most recently in March 2024 used dirty tactics against me and other critics of Islam to destroy our anti-Islam activism. The left are crazy. We need AFD to protect the police from them. In 2020 and in 2021, the user posted several tweets mentioning the city of Magdeburg. In 2019, the BBC reported that Talib al-Abdul Mazen was helping ex-Muslims flee the Gulf region. In Saudi Arabia, he was unable to safely practice his atheism. You know what's really interesting about this? I mean, this tracks with what I do know about like former Muslims living in fucking... I mean, it's so funny that we were just talking about Attila Hildmann, who was also a German of Turkish descent, who was a prominent fucking neo-Nazi during the COVID shutdowns, and and this guy seemingly is of that same seasoning. Is this source credible? Is not only credible, but it's conservative, right? Isn't Welt a conservative outlet, chat? It's not like Der Spiegel. Like, if I saw this from Der Spiegel, I would still probably think about it, because Der Spiegel is most likely to just lie and say, no, the fucking, the guy is like a radical transgender leftist or whatever, right? This is like Fox News looking at an incident where there's like a Muslim guy who did an act of terror in America and turning around and being like, actually, the guy was anti-Islam. Oh wait, it's not Spiegel. I'm thinking of maybe Bild. Spiegel is libbed up. What was it? Was it Bild? Okay. Welt is a part of Axel Springer, also publishing Bild, also fucking Business Insider, for the record, chatters who don't know. Axel Springer also owns Business Insider too. In America. And Politico. And Politico. And Politico. Yeah. God, this is what happens when you have hella fucking politics nerds trapped in one community. Look at this. There's like all of these fucking silly ass like European, German, and American outlets. And immediately everyone was like, no, you don't understand. This is like, here's how they know. I mean, here's what else he owns. Wasn't there a massive story from January about the secret AFD meeting in that hotel where Alice Weidel's top advisor met with proud neo-Nazis who planned a deportation of over 2 million Germans, some of them citizens? How do people like this exist? Oh, when you are a what? No, he's an Elon Musk glazer. I mean, that makes sense. If he's an ex-Muslim, he's like a militant atheist ex-Muslim. Ayaan Hirsi Ali comes to mind. You know what I mean? A lot of those guys are fucking freaks. A lot of the militant atheist ex-Muslim guys have tremendous brain rot, where they are so desperate to be liked by some of the most racist Islamophobic people. They're a bunch of little Mossab Hassan Yusufs, you know, the son of Hamas. I mean, Hirsi Ali actually converted to Christianity too. Like, she even went, she took it one step further when the grift was running out. Bruce Daisley said Elon Musk should be arrested and Tommy Robinson censored, citing Germany as a shining example of media censorship. Have you ever went on the ex-Muslim subreddit? It's just a million of the exact type of guy you're describing. No, I've never been on there, and I don't want to be a part of that. Yeah, well, I mean, I wonder how the media or the Twitter will react to this guy. They'll probably still say, no, it's fake. He's actually super militant Islam, even if he was like seemingly a former Muslim who is a AFD guy. But Saudi Tommy Robinson, AFD loving militant crank psychiatrist. Yeah. I suspect they'll say something along the lines of, well, he is a Muslim after all, and it is ingrained in their DNA. You know what I mean? Like they'll say some shit like that. Where they'll be like, oh no, you don't understand. Like he's Arab. So even if they actually liberalize by living in the Western world, they still cannot let go of their Arab DNA. I suspect. Amy Meck interviewed him 5 days ago. Saudi psychiatrist exposes Germany's active operation, welcoming jihadis to Islamize the West while crushing ex-Muslim refugees. Oh my God. He is
was accompanying her.
Oh my God. That's why he had 48,000 followers, bro. He's like a right wing. He had 43,000 followers on Twitter. He's like a right wing crank. He's a part of the international fascist movement. Oh my God.
A child on a scholarship in the United States contacted me with
Is this
direct
actually the
messages.
guy? Bro, if this is actually the guy, this is dead to rights. I don't understand the Hershey Ali hate. Wasn't she just vocal about protecting young girls from genital mutilation, having she experiences herself? Yeah, she's just the intactivist chatter. You're right. None of those guys. Oh my God. Okay, first of all, not a single one of those motherfuckers who are like ex-Muslim commentators in the West actually just stick to one thing, okay? Their entire purpose here is to give credence to the fears that Islamophobic freaks have in the Western world. After all, they can point to her and be like, see, she's Muslim and she recognizes it. She's ex-Muslim and she recognizes it. She is basically like Candace Owens, okay? These are not real. These are not like real valid criticism of Islam that these guys are that these guys are fucking advocating for. Dude, anti-FGMers are not intactivists. No, dude, I'm not a fucking. First of all, female genital mutilation is not even a fucking part of Islam. Do you understand that? Like that's not a real thing in Islam. The broadest subsects of the Muslim majority on the planet do not practice female genital mutilation. What the fuck are you talking about? You dumb fuck. So yeah, when someone is running around being like, this is a formative part of Islam, actually, well, maybe I'm going to have a little bit of an issue with that. Don't you think? It's so fucking stupid. Ayan Hershey Ali is maximum transphobe. She's everything. She's like all of these guys are grifters. All of these guys are fucking Yeonmi Park style content creators. And it's really funny because you guys hate Yeonmi Parks. You make fun of her. But then when it like corresponds to your own personal biases, you're like, okay, maybe that is the case. Maybe there's some truth to what she's saying. Maybe she's like a reasonable activist against female genital mutilation. So why the fuck did she tie it to the Ummah, the global fucking Islamic interpretations? Every single one of these like fucking former Muslim activists in the Western world are just like rabid, sociopathic, right-wing freaks. All they do is just sit around and fucking talk about how, you know, the global jihad is happening because of Angela Merkel or whatever. And then they go on Bill Maher's show. And yeah, during the Obama era, they tried to present themselves as the real progressives and how Obama was actually regressive because he was secretly a Muslim. And then under the Trump administration, they very quickly were like, actually, fuck this progressive shit. We love being conservative. Why did they dramatically shift in their political ideology and the way that they communicate? Anyway, most of you don't know who the fuck she is anyway. Because their fucking grift ended a long time ago. But it's funny that there are 48 month subscribers in the chat being like, no, you don't understand. She's a principled, she's principled and against female genital mutilation. And that's it. Nothing else. What don't you understand, please? Yeah.
On Twitter and asked me for help to apply for asylum. And that's where I started my activism, helping refugees from particularly Saudi Arabia, but in practice, actually, from anywhere in the world, if I could help. So it was not planned. I mean, I started my activism to criticize Islam initially, and then people just flooded me with requests for help regarding asylum and refugees, and I just responded to them. I helped them. Yeah? That's how I started my refugee activism.
That is great. So, from the point of view of the Western world, there has been a great deal of distortion of important language concerning things, like a number of things. But one of them is the
Who's this guy? This is allegedly the German terrorist. This is the German terrorist, Saudi Arabian doctor living in Germany since 2006, who's an anti-Islam guy, who is actually an AFD supporter, it turns out.
Term refugee. So a great deal of people that are coming to the West under the rubric of refugees appear actually to be something quite different. Can you tell us specifically the people who are looking for your help to get refugee status? What differentiates them from the teeming throngs, and where do you see the issues here?
Well, most of the people who approach me come from.
I'd be careful saying before it's confirmed. I said allegedly. I don't know. This is what I'm operating off of, what Welt reported on. Funny how that one news lady immediately was like, oh, it's related to October 7 and Islamism? Yeah.
Saudi Arabia. That's because I am from Saudi Arabia. So basically, when you want to ask someone about how to get a visa, how to get into an asylum country legally, you naturally tend to ask someone from the same country. And that's why most of my, let's call it clients, actually, I don't take any money. I give them money from my own salary, but I call them clients. In this context, most of them are from Saudi Arabia, but I'm open for everybody. I mean, I had people from Canada, even re- literally asking for help to seek asylum in Europe because they are threatened by their Muslim families, what is called honor killing. And I had also requests for help from uh, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, many other countries actually. So I'm open for everybody if I could help. But most of for the people who ask me for help are from Saudi Arabia, and most of them are actually ex-Muslims or tend to be secular. Although I'm open, I help Muslims even with my own money equally if I can do that. I don't pay attention. I don't ask people about their religious backgrounds. But most of people um, who ask me for help happen to be ex-Muslims because I am ex-Muslim, and they feel that they are communicating with someone with the same background. Um,
The racist guy asked him a question about how do you distinguish between people, good Muslims like you, versus evil terrorist Muslims when you bring them into Germany. Don't you think you're also Islamizing Europe by bringing in Muslims into Germany? And given that he is very clearly mentally ill, he doesn't understand that the guy in front of him is like not differentiating between ex-Muslims and current Muslims, and thinks, most of them have the terrorism gene in them. So how do you figure out? Yeah, he used a term that I've never even heard before, which is teeming throngs. What the fuck does that even mean? All the Muslim Hasanabi heads in the chat know exactly what this dude is, because just a lot of people. Oh, okay. Well, all of the Hasanabi heads that are Muslim in this chat know what this is. This is like a real Uncle Ahmed situation here. Okay. It's one of the grossest, wormiest little ways to exist, in my opinion. Truly, truly gross. When you look at an inherently hostile, it's the Candace Owens. It's Candace Owens. You look at an inherently hostile planet, an inherently hostile grouping of people to your existence, and you desperately try to make sense of it by saying, I am just like you. I am a racist too. I promise. Like, I will be your loyal little servant, operating at the behest of whatever racist fascination you might have, and solidifying it and agreeing with it. They still hate him anyways.
Himself.
So the Islamist lunatic who drove to the Christmas market in Magdeburg is a Saudi doctor who spent his life getting asylum seekers into Europe. Yeah, except he is, again, a fucking former Muslim. Bro spent his life saying, I'm not a Muslim, I'm an atheist, and drove through a Christmas market. We've all heard about this long list of atheists attacking Christmas markets. Germans, be prepared for the gaslighting. When an Algerian Muslim stabbed 3 kids last year in Dublin, we were told he's a citizen. He's been here for decades. He's practically Irish, and he didn't practice Islam. Well, if you commit an act of jihad, yeah, they don't give a fuck. See, they're like, nah, he's Arab, dog. He's Muslim.
Hi, my name is Talib. I'm from Saudi Arabia. I'm an activist. I created a website to help people seeking asylum, especially from Saudi Arabia and the Gulf region. Hi.
Yeah. That fedora is an Islamic crime. Yeah.
So let's summarize that by saying that most of the people I help are Saudi ex-Muslims.
Very interesting. So it sounds to me like the people that you are trying to help would be legitimately classed as refugees in using the old language, prior to what we call refugees now.
Yeah, he means like only if you're an atheist in a Muslim country are you truly a refugee that needs shelter in Europe. If you're a Sunni Muslim in a Shia country, or if you're a Shia Muslim in a Sunni country, or if you're a Sunni or Shia Muslim that happens to be gay or whatever, or happens to, be a victim to political persecution or a victim to the destabilization that American imperialism has caused, you are not a real refugee. You can only be a refugee if you're like, I'm an atheist and I am scared of the Saudi government killing me. You know what I mean? You can't be escaping a war. You just have to be escaping the real war, which is the war against atheism.
And further, that these would be refugees in the sense that, especially women, I guess, who would be looking to escape the consequences of a oppressive Sharia law. And that would include people in Canada and other non-Muslim countries where Islam has now taken a toehold. Is that fair to say then, to summarize?
That's right. Most of them, let's say, definitely there are, I'm not trying to say that they are, perfectly clean, but most of them are literally legit, and they are basically escaping the persecution from the Islamic Sharia.
I just need you to understand what level of mental illness we're experiencing right now. We're watching a Rumble video of an American guy. I don't know who the fuck this person is, interviewing the guy who allegedly did, according to Welt's reporting, this is the guy that did the Christmas drive terror attack. Okay. And the guy is like a known entity, I guess, in the right wing, universal right wing fascist circuit. He's a Saudi doctor who's been living in Germany since 2006, applied for asylum in Germany in 2016, has a YouTube channel, has a sizable following on Twitter, and is pro AFD, and sometimes even to the right of the AFD. And not only that, but also he is so fucking insane that he said, I help Muslims or ex-Muslims in Canada escape Sharia. He said Sharia law has overtaken Canada.
For reasons, related to the oppression, like imposing the head cover called hijab on women, or basically some of them even threatened because just that they left Islam or they criticize Islam. Like one of the last cases I helped, he is a Saudi guy who had a Twitter account with 9 followers, only 9 followers. And he was complaining on Twitter because he was forced to fast Ramadan. So the Saudi
Dog, what the fuck are you saying? Like in your own house? What who's gonna know if you're drinking water? Like what the fuck? Most people in the Muslim world spend most of the fucking daylight sleeping anyway. I mean, not everyone, but I suspect that if you're indoors, you can do whatever the fuck you want. There's no like government surveillance or the haram police. I've never been to Saudi Arabia, so I don't know, but like it would be shocking.
prosecution, literally, the Saudi prosecution did some, intelligence work to get his identity, literally, on Twitter. And they were able.
Okay, this part I do believe though. I'm not even joking. The Saudi government has literally done this for like the Shias, the Shia Saudis and shit, this part is actually not fake. He's insane. I don't know if the story that he's specifically talking about is real. I don't think that the Saudi intelligence would use their resources on one guy being like, they're forcing me to fucking not drink water during Ramadan or anything. But yes, Saudi, the Saudi intelligence agencies absolutely persecute people, and they use Twitter, which is now owned by Elon Musk, who's also in the pocket of Saudis, that to actively out Saudi dissidents and maybe even kill them. Now, the honor killings in Canada, he's out of his fucking mind. Saudi intelligence is incompetent, as we saw from 5 explanations they gave about Khashoggi within 48 hours. It doesn't matter. They might be bad at PR, but they're still, it's easy for them to just literally go to Elon Musk and be like, give me the fucking information of this account. And Elon's like, here's the IP address. You can go kill him now.
To identify him, I'm not sure if they did that with IP address or with social engineering, but they identified him. They opened a case for him. They summoned him for interrogation. And after the interrogation, he contacted me immediately. And I told him, if you want to escape, you can do it tomorrow, because the UK allows for an electronic visa, some sort of electronic visa. So you can get that immediately within minutes, and you can buy the air ticket immediately. So he said, well, tomorrow, I'm not that in a hurry, but I need probably 3 days maximally. And in 3 days, he was in the UK. He escaped from there, and he has, right now, a public presence on Twitter. He narrated his story on Twitter publicly, and he got asylum.
Bro, assuming the honor killings are like a regular process is so fucking insane. It's like, dude, yes, insane people engage in heinous acts. You're out of your fucking mind if you think this is like a process that is implemented through like an actual Sharia court system or whatever the fuck. It's like revenge killings. It's like a fucking husband that finds out his wife is cheating on him and then goes and fucking kills the wife. Like, that's not, like, it's literally pointing to that act of a revenge killing as like some form of systematized style of violence that is like normalized. You're fucking insane. Yeah. There's no religion where like the broadest universal interpretation of murder is justifiable and under any circumstance. You act like it's normal, but in Islam, they might kill you just for leaving in Islam. Dude, shut the fuck up. I'm literally Muslim, man. What are you saying, dude? What are you saying? Bro, how are we still doing this in fucking 2024? About to be 2025, dude. Oh my God, brother. That face when white people talk to me about Islam, dude. Sam Harris and all these fucking Reddit atheists, like the damage that they've conducted on the world is so crazy. It's just funny because these exact same Reddit style atheists will dunk on Christian fundamentalists with regular frequency to be like, see, look at how violent and stupid the Bible is. Okay. But they can't comprehend that like any sort of passage they read from the fucking Quran is also subject to the same interpretation. Like, people don't do that. People are not like, oh yeah, we're fucking running around murking. You see, I know the Bible is stupid, dumbass. Oh my God. Every time there is like literally a Muslim or a former Muslim or any sort of like understanding of Islam comes up, white chatters have to come in and just fucking have a r/atheist off in the chat. They're like, nah, you don't understand, dude. At any given moment, you're subject to a fucking death penalty. What? The suspected Magdeburg attacker, anti-Muslim activist Talib, published his video shortly after his car drove into the Christian market. The government itself is the criminal. I consider the German nation, German citizens responsible for what I'm facing.
For what I'm facing.
How the fuck did he film this and post this? He was a supporter of the AFD and made conspiracy videos about Sasan Shebli and Ali Utlu. Wait, Ali Utlu? That's another Turk. He was previously in Magdeburg, but reportedly lived in Bamberg. Also, Utlu is such a funny last name. But that's another fucking Turkish right-wing grifter in Germany. What is happening, bro? What is happening in fucking Germany, dude? What the fuck is going on, bro? Oh my God, look at this guy. Ex-Muslim, atheist, ordo-liberal, Partelios, anti-religious and gay activist, CHP, Kemal Atatürk, laicist. Oh my God. Shut the fuck up. Is this like a ex-Muslim right-winger who also is a Kemalist in Germany? Bro, I'm sorry. We're so fucking cooked, bro. Turks, listen, we got to pack this shit up. We really got to do a cultural reset. We got to get together, okay? We got to shut this shit down immediately, okay? You understand me? We have to literally get together in our communities and just be like, what are we doing? Because from what I see online, notwithstanding the fucking community members that are in here, but German Turks are either like trying to behave like fucking their own version of the Salafists in the UK, but like in a very different way, in a very like ultra nationalist, Turkish ultra nationalist kind of way. Okay. Or they're whatever the fuck this is. Why? What is going on, man? What the fuck is happening? Ali Utlu is an ex-leftist turned AFD supporter. Don't hate on Almancıs. Never will you get inside infos again. Bro, I'm sorry, but the Almancıs are so fucking right-wing, especially when it comes to Turkish politics, all right? Almancıs are so fucking... I mean, this is Almancı. This is it. Show chat. What? The German Turk neo-Nazis? What? Arcane and the Dangers of Snow Bunny Mind Control? Sana ben de dahil bir sürü kişi söyledi ama anlamıyorsun. Kemalistlerin bir kısmı batıdan ve bağımsız olarak İslam ve Araplardan nefret ediyor. Yo biliyorum. Bir de Kemalistler değil. Şimdi bir de nasyonalistler de var değil mi? Neydi o diğer parti? İyi değil. Bir tane daha var. Zafer. Değil mi? Zafer miydi? Bayağı bildiğin adamlar artık iyice kafayı yemişler. Herkes kafayı yemiş amına koyayım. Ne yapacağız bilmiyorum. Ekonomi boka gitmeye devam ettiği sürece herkes iyice kafayı yiyecek daha da. Ali Utlu wants remigration, the Nazi word for deportation today. Bro, you would be fucking deported, dog. What the fuck are you saying? CHP çok solcu diye zafere geçtiler ama kendilerine hala Kemalist diyorlar. Unbelievably typical for the media to immediately invoke Hamas to frame it as an Islamist terror attack, only for it to be an anti-Islam fascist. Yeah. Normal bir adam yok yani. Ya illa ya şeriatçısın ya da Ya da manyağın önde gideni sağcı faşistsin yani. Yok ortada normal bir adam yok amına koyayım. Kalmadı Türkiye'de. Solcu yok zaten. Bir de gelen göçmenlerden burada bayağı bozdu söylemi var. Yeni dalga içinde. Evet bir de o da var. Tabi 6 milyon adam koyduğun zaman ülkenin içerisine direkt kafayı yiyor herkes. Amerika'ya baksana amına koyayım. Amerika'da 330 milyonluk ülkede 1 milyon adam geldiği zaman kafayı yiyor manyaklar. Aynı zamanda o 1 milyon adam da yardım ediyor ülkeye. Ona rağmen kafayı yiyorlar. Amerika hayvan gibi ülke. Türkiye de aslında hayvan gibi ülke ama 80 milyon 6 milyon biraz daha büyük bir rakam. Ona rağmen bu kadar kafayı yememeleri lazım. Herkes manyak. Bir ben sağlıklıyım. Oh my god, he's trying to distance himself. If the perpetrator is Talib al-Abdul Mazen, then I blocked him months ago because I, like other critics of Islam, thought he was a Saudi agent who spied on renegade Saudis and ex-Muslims in Germany for the Saudi state. I am shocked right now. I didn't believe it. I still don't believe it that he's an apostate. Everything he did was rather confused. He even attacked me until I blocked him because I didn't believe a word he said. I need to let all of this sink in. Manyak. What is manyak? Think about it. What could it be? It means maniac. Bro, dude. German politics is fucked for sure. But the Turkish German community is also like in a state of disrepair, it seems. Like, how the fuck do you turn around? This motherfucker has an Israel, Ukraine, and German flag, and right next to it, he's like, I'm a Kemalist. Atatürk in all caps. Like, what the fuck? What happened? I feel like they hit the randomizer. You are an ex-Muslim, militant atheist, gay, not queer, so anti-trans, activist who is a part of the supporter of the fascist party. Like, how the fuck do you arrive at this? Like, it's like, at least Jesse Lee Peterson is a black guy who's a white supremacist, okay? Like, that shit's insane. That's insane for sure. But there isn't, like, so many different, unique, inherently contradictory political motivations involved with Jesse Lee Peterson. He's a black dude and he's anti-black, okay? Candace Owens, same shit. Black woman, but a white supremacist. This guy is a Turkish migrant who is directly advocating for the mass deportation of Turkish people, okay? And simultaneously fucking complaining about like the Islamization of Germany, not realizing that the party that he's advocating for is going to deport him as well. And also he's like, I mean, pro-Israel, I guess, is par for the course in that regard. But it's just, materials analysis didn't prepare you for this one. Dude, there's nothing. German politics is so broken, dude. He's retweeting the Nazi Genocia account. Known to the police, obliged to leave the country, Islamist, every day. Didn't we just see that in your election too? I guess you're right. There's a hell of Latinos that voted for Donald Trump, but also, no, it's one step further. It's like having those actual neo-Nazi Hispanic accounts. Many such cases, Nicolas Fuentes notwithstanding. You know what I mean? So I guess we do have that as well. You got Hispanic neo-Nazis who are like leading the Nazi movement in America. You know what I mean? The accounts that are like Groyper Himmler, Groyper's Cunny Himmler 1488, and then they like will post like a photo of their arm or whatever. They'll be like, I'm white, and it's like clearly a Mexican dude. You know what I mean? No, you don't understand. I'm actually white as fuck, dog. You don't get it. And then it's like all of the rest of the fucking 4chan dweebs who are also fucking Latino and Indian and varying degrees of white as well. They're shitting on him for not being sufficiently white. Radio Genoa is a Cambodian man. I'm done. I can't tell if you're fucking around or not. I don't. It's just like the starting position for racist people is so stupid. So I guess like if you build your foundational worldview on like stupidity, you're gonna have stupid politics that make no fucking sense. You know what I mean? So I guess in a way, that senselessness does make sense. Bro, it's so fucked. Think about it. I'm German Turk and I'm in the stream regularly because there's nothing like you in Germany. I mean, I'm sure there's some normal fucking German leftists out there. I mean, there are definitely normal German leftists out there. They're just not in the anti-Deutsche movement. Let me tell you, okay? They are not a part of that. Whatever the fuck that is, I don't know.
I guess that was like 2 weeks ago in the UK. So that's the kind of, I mean, this is an important example because he had only 9 followers on Twitter and he was anonymous on Twitter, but they used either his IP address or
Wait. If you wonder who's behind Radio Genoa, the answer is hilarious. An Asian guy from Cambodia posing as a white nationalist. Where are you from, bro? I from Thailand, Cambodia. What Cambodia? What is happening? Like what the brain rot goes much deeper than Ali Utlu, by the way. He's a member of the expert circle of circumcision affected ones. He's an intactivist, bro. Ali Utlu, the gay, not queer, pro-Israel, Turkish German, who is an ex-Muslim. Of course, why wouldn't he be? Okay, why wouldn't he be? Why wouldn't Ali Utlu also be an intactivist? It makes sense. He's all the other weird shit too. God damn, what a goddamn shame this is. Like, what the fuck? To be fair, a white American expat who's an ultra monarchist, loved the Thai royal family, was on the news and popped off on the net recently. People are weird. Jesus Christ, dude. Dude, I should have never stepped foot into German politics, dude. The fascinating world of German politics is littered with some of the biggest fucking freaks. Actually. If you thought you were ready, for German politics, you were not ready for it. What is this? OSINT defender Saudi accounts are now claiming that the reason he fled Saudi Arabia in 2006 was accused of rape, and that the Saudi government requested that Germany extradite him, but they refused. He was accused of rape. I don't know about that. I mean, I'm not discounting it. I'm not saying that I don't believe it. But if he was like a dissident of the Saudi government, it's I'm sure that they immediately fucking would just post shit like
social
this.
engineering to identify him, and they summoned him. They opened a case, investigation case for him. And if he is like if they proved what that he was criticizing Islam, he would have been definitely gone to prison. So they do this actively. It's not like just if someone is confronting them or publicly speaking. No, they do this actively. They search for anyone criticizing Islam actively. They invest money into that, and that's why people are escaping.
So, just by the way, had he not escaped Saudi Arabia, what would be the consequences of not being caught not fasting during Ramadan or skipping lunch?
Right. Let me first talk about the legal, and then the some kind of the usual consequences. So the legal consequences, if he does not deny that he criticizes Islam or fasting Ramadan, and they did not claim falsely that he is mentally ill, so he is destined to be killed officially, and it happened already to someone called Ahmad Rayeh al-Shamari, um, who, as you can find his name on the, what is that called, the American Commission for Religious Freedom. I'm the one who contacted them to add his name to their list. So Ahmad Rayeh al-Shamari teared the tables of the Quran up, and they caught him. And his lawyer argued that he was drunk and he was drug intoxicated, but that did not help. They insisted, and they issued a final verdict twice, not only once, twice. Execution, the death penalty for him. Still, they did not remove it until now, and they want to execute him just because he teared the Quran up.
Yeah, he's not dead. He's alive. They captured him alive. So you'll be hearing from him. Who is this guy? Apparently, he's a known ex-Muslim, former Saudi national, and a right-wing fucking freak who's constantly talking about how Germany is Islamizing. He is, according to Welt's reporting, and reporting is coming out about him now, this account, he's the guy who drove into the Christmas the Christmas market in Germany. He killed 2 people. One was a child. He injured like upwards of 50 people. No. The number is not 11. This is the problem with breaking news. coming from Twitter accounts. The initial number was 11. 11 dead. It's actually 11 critically injured, I think. But it was mostly like... That's what I heard from you. No, I didn't say 11 dead. I didn't report on it until verified outlets covered it. So why did he do it? Because he's fucking insane. What do you mean? He is... Like, why? Why would he have done such a thing? I don't know. Why is he a fucking ex-Muslim who thinks that Germany is in the throes of jihad? Why is there another right-wing German guy by the name of Ali Utlu, who is a gay anti-trans AFD activist that wants to do remigration of Muslims in Germany, not realizing that he himself is also a part of the people that will be deported? He's also pro-Israel, but that much, that's normal. From fascist to anti-fascist alike, I think most Germans are pro-Israel. Are Turks okay? I mean, the guy is this guy is Saudi. This is just another new Turkish German guy that I found out about and immediately feel deep shame about. Not anti-fascist or pro-Israel, brother. I know. They just call themselves anti-fascist. Most Germans still feel guilty about what happened. Yeah, except these guys are like Turkish Germans.
Only once, although he apologized and he claimed that he was drug intoxicated and the drug at the time. So most of them, I mean, from my own experience, I know that many of the rejected 30%, many of them are ex-Muslims. So Germany seems to be welcoming Syrians like without any issues, although many of them are not only Muslims but Islamists in the literal meaning of the word, and while rejecting many Saudis, 30% of the Saudis are rejected, and some of them I know them personally are ex-Muslims, definitely.
Well, the results of this policy are becoming quite obvious in Germany and across the West, frankly. So, and I know that actually I can tell you anecdotally that in Canada, we rejected any people from Syria that weren't Muslim. We'd only accept Muslim refugees in Canada, according to people that I've met on the street who were Christian and had to lie and say they were Muslim, which is very curious because the Christians, you would think in a Muslim country, would have a better case for being, especially when that country was under attack by the Islamic State. Anyway, neither here nor there. So, what do you see needs to be done to solve this issue?
I love the fucking right-wing fascist freaks, dude. They're so funny. He's just like this guy he's talking to at the Rare Foundation USA straight up just said Syrian refugees have to lie and say they're Muslim to be accepted because Christian Syrians are not allowed. Christian Syrians are not allowed refugee status in Canada, so they have to lie and say they're Muslim.
Well, before talking about what we need to be done, we need.
Incredible stuff is happening in the world. I don't know what else to say about this fucking guy. He's also an Obama is a Muslim truther. The school registered lists Barack Hussein Obama with his childhood name Barry Soetoro, his date and place of birth in Hawaii, his Indonesian nationality, and his Islamic religion. Obama, his teacher Puck Effendi in gray, and his classmates in front of his old school SDN Menteng 01 Jakarta. Can you point to a year when this right-wing shift worldwide started, or was it always there waiting in the shadows? Yes. It was always in the shadows, but it has come to the forefront it's become the prominent fixture of Western liberal politics in general, but it's always been there. Anyway, let's get to fucking Luigi again. Let's get to more comfortable waters here. You know, what a fucking insane situation. This is a funny ass way to post this though. A gay Saudi ran people over in Germany and he's pro-Israel. We'll link his account below. Go screenshot as much as you can. A gay Saudi. Also, it's funny that like even that fucking guy who's pro-Israel is like, I wish it had been done peacefully. Like even the fucking militant atheist ex-Islam guys like, man, you know, I really love that Israel is doing the gay pride shit in Gaza in the ashes of children's bodies. But like, I wish they were a little less violent about it. No, he's referring to Hamas. Oh, he's saying Israel's official account celebrates raising the gay flag in Gaza after the end of the Islamic occupation. I wish it had been done peacefully. Is he saying like, if only Hamas gave up arms peacefully, and that this is a cause for celebration? I guess that makes more sense. Anyway, here is Ryan Grimm talking about Luigi Mangione.